Peggy Clark, and I'm from Florida. And I just wanted to share some issues that I had with my sciatica. Hopefully, some of you can relate to what I went through, and just wanted to share a few things. I've been dealing with this. I had been since September, off and on. By Thanksgiving and Christmas, I was in extreme pain. I had to use a cane to walk. I would have pain constantly every day. Sometimes, well, most normally, a couple times a day, I would have these electrical shock attacks, I call them, that would last for 15-20 minutes and left me in total pain, in tears, couldn't do a thing. Until that passed, I just had to sit. And ice did help, but not always. And I tried looking online so many times, YouTube, just general Google sciatica, to see what I could find. I needed some help from the relief from the pain that never seemed to end, and changed my life totally. I could hardly do anything, from cooking to getting it into the refrigerator to doing laundry. I couldn't reach down to get in the refrigerator or the dryer. I was really becoming helpless and housebound. I couldn't drive. I couldn't do anything. My normal activities were pretty much stopped. So I went on Google, YouTube. I found some videos that I thought would help with exercises and stretches. They only made me worse. I went to my chiropractor sometimes twice a week, and he would do some manipulations, and it might feel a little better, but it always came back. And the TENS unit I saw online, I thought that was my answer. I had worked for an orthopedic surgeon for 7 years, and I knew I didn't want to go to that place that most people end up in. And there had to be another way. So I just continued to struggle in pain and do the best I could to get through my day. And somehow I went online one day, and I had typed in sciatica, and Dean's site popped up, and he was doing a live webinar. And I thought, well, I've spent so much money on chiropractors that have helped very, very little, and for, you know, a day or two at a time. So I had to find something, and why not try this? So I went online, and I saw him, and he had a live webinar, and I talked to him. Most of all, he listened to what I was experiencing, and that was key. And so he walked me through some stretches and some exercises, and I was very doubtful, because the things that he suggested were the exact opposite of everything I've been doing since September. And this is now April, the beginning of April. But at that point, I knew I had to do something, and why not? So I listened to what he said, and I did some of the stretches and some of the exercises, and I got relief right away. I was at a level of a pain level of 10. And by the time I was done with him, in that half hour, 45 minutes, whatever it was, I was down to a pain level of 2. Then I continued those stretches and exercises that he suggested, and we did a live video chat, I think maybe the next week. I still had an issue, a little bit of pain behind my left knee that was aggravating, wouldn't go away. So we addressed that. And a couple days after that point in time, from that live video chat, I have had no pain. I could do everything that I couldn't do before. The car that I couldn't even drive in, I went to the doctors myself, the dentist, and I drove myself and washed that car and did everything at home that I couldn't do before, and I'm still pain-free today.
So you suffered for how many months with this before?
Oh, wow, September, August.
It's about 8 months.
8-9 months, yeah. And like I said, Thanksgiving, we had friends, and I had invited them to dinner, thinking I could, you know, make dinner, which I did with my husband's help, but I had to use a cane, and it was just about unbearable.
Now, I know a lot of people are really skeptical and dealing with this pain. A lot of people have been through so many different types of, whether it be therapists, doctors, chiropractors, osteopaths. I don't know if I said massage therapists, but what did we do that seemed to be different, or that seemed to make a difference for you that other people did not?
Okay, the difference in what I found with your techniques and your exercises during that webinar was a total change from what the chiropractors and everybody on YouTube and everything that I had found before was the exact opposite. They focused on say my left side, that's where the pain was. They focused on that side. And you didn't. You focused on the other side and strengthening that other side, taking the pressure off, and that's what made the difference for me.